Developed, tested, and perfected by me, Kel Kellogg. Turbo Flashers. Turbocharge your trout trolling today by going over to fishhuntshoot.com and picking up a set of my Turbo Flashers. You won't regret it. They'll help you catch more and bigger fish. They've done that for me, and they'll do that for you. Howdy guys, Kel Kellogg here. I am at Sugar Pine Reservoir, and I'm kind of laughing about it, but I am very disappointed right now. And this is actually a pretty good tip for all you guys. We had some snow up here several days ago, but it's been warm, it's been fair, and I pulled into the parking lot, and wasn't much snow around, a little bit in the shadows, and everything looked good. So let me flip on over to my kayak here. So I got the Pro Angler all unstrapped, ready, put all my gear in it. Even got the sonar unit turned on. Lucy's in the Suburban there. She is all life jacketed up. We were ready for adventure, and I drove down to the ramp, and I noticed there was a lot of ice there. And then when I looked down here, there's a lot more ice on the ramp. So I gave it a try right there. I nosed in and tried to pull up there. I got the Suburban in four-wheel drive, and that thing is, it's a monster, but it wasn't doing much good on that ice. My wheels were spinning there, and I kind of backed up and got turned around here. And long story short, I'm out of here, because down there, it looks like at one point there was probably 20 inches of snow on the ramp, and now you got 14 to 16 inches of pure ice right there. I tried walking down there just to check it out, and I almost fell on my backside. Kind of a bummer. We have a storm coming in tonight. It's 38 degrees out here, air temperature. It's about 10 in the morning. I came late specifically to avoid ice. There's some ducks out on the lake. There's some trout dimpling out there. It looks like the lake levels come up just a little bit. In short, I was looking forward to getting out there, getting after some trout, but I could certainly back down that ramp, but I'm not real sure that I could get back up it. Maybe, but I don't want to be stranded. I don't want to be that guy. So let me whip back around here. So the plan now is I had a bunch of stuff I wanted to film out on the water, and Wes and I were planning to hit Collins Lake here in the coming days, but for now, there's not going to be any fishing today. I am going to pick this up in the backyard studio, because I did have some stuff I wanted to film today, so we'll pick it up back there, back at home. Very disappointing. So the moral of this story is, even if the parking lot is clear of ice and snow, be sure you check the ramp before you unload all your stuff, because now I got to get loaded back up. I'll catch you back in the studio. I gotta kind of waddle my way over to the truck and not fall down on this ice. And Lucy and I will see you back at headquarters in the Forest Hill. Anyway. Dang it, I'm disappointed. Those trout out there, they're calling my name. Anyway, thanks guys. If you want to tangle with fickle, hard-to-hook trout, you need to be pulling soft plastic grubs. If you want to get into grub trolling, get on over to fishhuntshoot.com and grab one of Kel Kellogg's Signature Series grub kits today, and you'll be yelling fish on tomorrow. Howdy guys, Kel Kellogg here. Well, I was hoping to film this Lake Camanche fishing report out on the lake today, but as you saw in the beginning of this video, the launch ramp at Sugar Pine Reservoir is just a mess with a bunch of ice on it, so I wasn't able to launch, but I am back home. I've had a cup of coffee, the kayak is put away, the gear's stored away in the garage once again, and I am thinking about my next fishing trip, which probably should be to Lake Camanche, because that seems to be one of, if not the best trout bites in the northern half of the state right now. The action's very good out there. It's planted trout. It's Camanche. Couple ways to go. Buddy of mine, Steve Anderson, him and his daughter, they've been going out there. Some days they get them trolling fast. Other days they get them trolling slow. On fast trolling days, they've been banging some very nice rainbows on speed spoons, orange speed spoons, various colors of speed spoons, but I think orange has been the best. If the speed spoons aren't working, they're slowing it down, they're pulling grubs, and they're doing very well on the grubs as well. Joe Jones was out there this week. He was pulling my grubs. He gave me a shout out on on Facebook. He did very well pulling, it looks like a firecracker grub out there. He got a really nice rainbow on that. So on days when they're willing to chase, go with the speed spoons, speedy shiners, crocodiles, the stuff that you control fast. If you have to slow down, trolling flies and grubs have been doing really well out there. And if it's really slow, you want to team those grubs with a power egg. Put a power egg on your hook, pull it up onto the leader, then put your grub on. It puts out that power bait scent. They just like that. That's always been a killer presentation there at Camanche, and it continues to be. Shore anglers, they're hooking up too, you know, standard fare, power bait, power eggs under a bobber, worms under a bobber, and certainly bring a second rod so you can fan cast with a, you know, a Countdown Rapala, a Castmaster, something like that, something you can hurl out there a ways, reel it in, give that a try for a while where you soak some bait. If you don't get hit, I mean, Camanche's a huge lake. If you don't get hit for 30, 45 minutes, move on and try another spot. The pond has been kicking out fish too, especially on days when they plant it, and some of them are absolutely massive. That has been all about power eggs from what I've been told, power eggs and crappie jigs, or crappie jigs under a slip bobber. It's kind of that float and fly technique. You cast it out there and you wiggle it underneath that bobber, and that little crappie jig is going like that. And that's been drawing some strikes, especially from the bigger fish. So just to recap, you know, Camanche is a place where you can go out, you can get a limited trout, and you can also go out there and catch some very big trout, up to and beyond the about 8 pounds or so. So it's really going on out there right now. The other, well, let me finish up with Camanche. On days when you control fast, speedy shiners, speed spoons, stuff like that. Probably couldn't go wrong with a small Rapala too. When you have to slow down, trolling flies, grubs, you might want to pair those grubs with a power egg, depending on what kind of action you're having. Bank guys, standard stuff, one rod soaking, one rod fan casting, and when they're planting it, the pond can be super productive. The other nearby bite that's going really well is Lake Amador. They had a NTAC tournament out there about 10 days ago now, I guess. Maybe a week ago. Anyway, Dan Bacher, my old partner at the Fish Sniffer, he was up there covering the event. He said more than 200 people turned out, and they had some very nice trout, some very large trout. You know Amador, it's full of fish. You know the fish are there. The question is, will they bite? And I've gotten skunked at Amador just as many times as I've had great days at Amador. So you got to go and see what the fish are doing that day. But there are some very big fish in there. And on that Saturday when Dan was up there, he said they were biting. There were a lot of big fish caught. Everybody had a good time. He said the lake's down, but there's still plenty of water out there. And the action was once again really, really good. So that's my Camanche report. That's a little bit of Amador action. I am off to Collins next time I get a chance to go fishing. I want to go exploring over there. Englebright is still on my list, and I am hoping to take a trip to Pyramid Lake, but we will see. I had my share of ice today, so I'm trying to avoid destinations that have ice. So anyhow, that's it for now. If you're looking for gear, speed spoons, my grub kits are the best value in grub fishing across the board, bar none. That thing is chock full of grubs, colors, sizes, hooks, wiggle discs, everything. Enough said. FishHuntShoot.com. I will catch you next time right here on YouTube. And if you always want to know when I'm on here talking fishing, hit that subscribe button if you haven't hit it yet, and you'll always know when I'm on here blabbering about something. I'm Cal Kellogg. I'm signing off for now. You have a great day. Stay healthy, and I'll catch you next time right here on YouTube, guys.